Hey, it's Corey Blake to talk about the hero's journey. A huge part of the work that we do at RTC is related to supporting people during transformation. The hero's journey is an imperative part of transformation, and it was initially really defined by Joseph Campbell, amazing scholar. I urge you to read up on the hero's journey because it's not only fascinating, but you're living in the middle of it every day, and you're living in a multitude of hero's journey arcs that we all live in. You could say that there's one huge hero's journey arc to our life. You could say that there are a number of defining hero's journeys that happen sometimes over decades of our lives. And then there are the small hero's journeys that we're engaged in on a daily basis. So I'm going to ultimately kind of define my experience of working with the hero's journey, what I see it to be. And it begins with what we call an inciting incident, an impetus for change. And sometimes that impetus is brought upon us by the world: divorce, job change, right? Transition from school into the workplace. It's I guess most every time it's a transition of identity. So there's some inciting incident that says there's a new identity that needs to emerge in the world. The first thing that we do when we are engaging in this part of the hero's journey is we refuse to change. We believe that we can assume a new identity without having to do any changing on our part. So the first kind of what we call the first act, so to speak, in movie terms or in play terms of the hero's journey, once the inciting incident has set this into motion, is the refusal to change, but the desire for different results, and the frustration that creates, and the messiness that creates, and the head-banging, brick wall slamming that creates. Eventually, we come to the point where we realize we're not getting anywhere by not changing, right? These obstacles are not going away. We're not getting any closer. In fact, we feel like we're getting farther away from the desired outcome. So then we buy in intellectually. Okay, I understand that I have to change. I even may understand the ways in which I have to change. And so I will spend the first half of Act 2 of the hero's journey buying in intellectually, but not buying in from my heart. And as a result of that, I'm still not going to get what I'm after. In fact, I'm going to muck things up more, and I'm going to cause more pain and more stress in my life. Now, eventually, that's going to manifest in some kind of rock bottom, where the pain is too much. And eventually, I have to come to terms with the fact that I have to buy into this intellectually and emotionally. Head and heart have to be fully invested in this. And to be honest, that's when it really gets tough. That's when the world pushes back, but it's also when we start seeing glimpses of awesome, amazing reward. So we're starting to move through obstacles. We're starting to see results as a result of this head and heart shift. And then eventually we come to a place that we call resolution, where we have reached a new plateau. We see the world from that new identity, and the world sees us from that new identity. By the time we get there, it actually feels kind of easy, but it has been incredibly tumultuous throughout the entire process, and it has taken an awesome amount of courage to move from accepting it intellectually to accepting it in the heart to then actually fully showing up and meeting obstacles in new ways so that we could have different outcomes. That's the journey of transformation. And like I said, we're all going through it in huge ways. We're all going through it in small ways on a regular basis. When we can package those big hero's journey paths that we're on, those are the gifts that we have to share, because we have learned deep into our bones the value of a way of being. And that is amazingly valuable to the world. It's an awesome gift. So I hope that this has been helpful as an introduction to the hero's journey and the importance of not only living it, but of being able to share the stories that are personal to you around your hero's journeys. They are incredibly defining of who you are and the gifts that you're here to bring. Thanks for listening.